In today's video, I'm going to talk about RV anxiety moments. So when you rent an RV and you do a road trip like I did in America for 1 month, 2, 3 months, however long, there is a certain level of anxiety that you get when you are doing certain things because it's unknown, it's your first time doing it. Even if it's not your first time, actually, you probably still get those moments where you're just like, if you have ever rented an RV, you will totally resonate with what I'm going to say. First one is running out of gas paranoia. Yes. So I would say that whenever you get to kind of half a tank, just wherever you can, top up your petrol, because you never know where the next stop is going to be, especially if you're going around national parks where there's a lot of space in between and not as many gas stations, and they will be more expensive. Prices in California are a lot, especially in Death Valley. That was the most expensive gas that we had to pay for. There will be times where you can't avoid that and you have to top up, even if it's somewhere expensive like at a national park or outside of a national park. We didn't run out of gas, thank God. But there were times where my husband kind of left it like a bit low and he wasn't panicking, but I was panicking a little bit, where I was like, we really need to put more gas in. Come on, please, let's do it now. The next one is tight roads and bridges. It's good ahead of time to actually see if the RV can fit through quite low bridges. You have to check what the height of your RV is, and then obviously check on the maps what the maximum height of that bridge is. There was one bridge that we didn't think we were going to fit under in Yosemite, and I had read loads of posts online on Reddit, on Facebook, where people said, no, the maximum clearance for this is like 12 feet, the RV wouldn't fit. But then my husband worked out like, no, we definitely will fit. And when we got there, we were there no problem, but you kind of had to go more in the middle of the road. Now, we knew straight away that we would fit because we saw the Yosemite shuttle buses going through there, and they were like higher and longer, which wasn't a problem, but higher than our RV. So we were like, oh, if they can fit through there, then we can. So even without all of that preparation, when we got to it, we knew, but it's obviously better if you check. We did use the app RV Life to check tunnel clearances. So that would be my top tip for that. The next one, which is very common and very relatable, is parking stress. So whether you're at a state park, a national park, a city, anywhere, the RV is a lot bigger than normal cars. I know America's got bigger roads, people drive bigger cars in general. A lot of people have trucks, Dodge Rams and things like that. But that made it a lot more stressful because you're just driving around for ages and ages and ages. You're looking at Google Maps, you're trying to find a place to park, there's nowhere to park, or you can't fit the RV in. Or once we got a parking ticket because they said that we parked in a way that other people can get by, which was bollocks, they could. So we got the ticket revoked. But there was literally no other spaces. And then some places have designated spaces for RVs, but there are no signs, no instructions, no nothing. And when we went to Manitou Springs, my husband did the Manitou Incline and I kind of hung around. So I got on the bus. But when we parked the RV, apparently there was another car park for RVs. But if you're a foreigner and it's not signposted and there's no information, how the hell are you supposed to know? So that was definitely very stressful. Is this safe? Thoughts swirling around your head. Not when you're parked at RV campsites, because you're totally safe. Usually they're like gated, they have security, they have staff on there. Everybody behaves very nice, very civilized. Never, ever, ever had any concern in any RV park or state park for that matter. But when you're boondocking, then yeah, definitely if you're just in a car park somewhere on the side of a road, wherever, there's always that fear that someone might try and break into the RV, that you're going to hear wild animals outside. When we were in California, which is like big time bear country, we thought, oh my God, like, is there going to be a bear that's going to try and get into the RV? No, not really. And also you're always thinking like, did I lock the RV? Should I take my valuables, my passport, any jewelry with me? I was always really paranoid that someone was going to break into the RV and rob us. That was probably the most anxious feeling that I had throughout the whole trip. If I'm being really honest, it was that I always kept thinking like, is someone going to rob us?